everybody. Thanks for joining us at Montgomery's Garden. Thanks for being here on this nice sunny day. This is the old spot where the greenhouses used to be. The plants are out of the greenhouse, they're in the garden, and now we're ready to take our tour. This will be the start off of the 2017 season. So let's go.
Hi, hon.
Hi.
Well, we planted some stuff close to the house by the stairs. We've got some tomatoes and basil. It's shading up pretty good, so it's a little hard to show you. But by Fred, behind Fred, there's some lemon boy and grape tomatoes. And we got some peppers and basil close by. We even put a couple of extra tomatoes up close, some grapes, so I could just grab them for salad. And on the deck I made a little small herb garden here, so on those rainy, miserable days I don't have to go schlepping out to the garden to get some herbs. So we're going to take you now, sorry to make you dizzy by spinning around, we're going to take you down and show you what's going on in our garden. So we had goji berries in this corner, and we took them out. They started growing crazy wild. There's still some in the back that we have to remove. These half barrels are rotation barrels. We keep planting lettuce and radish, and we've got the bottoms cut out of the pepper pots so that I could pull them in later, because I want those Tabascos to go full season. So this way it's very bright. We have our peach trees, have been a problem. They have, I don't know if you could see it, peach leaf curl. We get it every year, but this year we do have peaches on the tree. I don't know if you could see that.
For the first time on this one.
Yeah, it's the first time. So we're letting it go. We've been trying to save this. For some reason, the salt air just doesn't do well. We've had this one at our other home when we moved it here. And this peach is way up high. And that's not good for harvesting when we get old. But a lot of these lower branches are dead. So I don't know if we're going to try grafting, removing, I don't know. But here we have more barrels filled. And these are honeyberries that the birds have been going nuts on. So Fred netted it up. Around here, the front of the house, this is an old farmhouse that we've been working on. This is all going to be filled in with stone wall, and it's going to be our mint and tea garden. Over here we already have, a bunch of different mints. We have an elderberry in the corner that has to be moved out. So we're going to throw chamomile and whatever else we find that we like. We got beautiful apple mint in there. It's wonderful. And the pear trees this year seem to be doing well. This one, excuse the traffic. After all, it is tourist season. I don't know if you can see this, but we do have some nice pears. The other one's doing even better ever since we did, what was it, triple phosphate?
Yep.
So it bloomed nicely. This garden, we'll never get anything to grow here. We've got hibiscus, and the leaves turned purple on us. Don't know what happened. There's new leaves coming. Don't know. The kale we put in there because we figure they're going to die off. And these kale were actually seeds that dropped in our herb garden.
They're growing everywhere.
Yeah, they're growing like weeds, so we figured I'll just throw them there. And we had a couple extra jalapenos. So this is the tree. As you could see, there's lots of red pear here. Yeah, there's plenty on here, so I think we may be successful with those. See, these are the rocks that's going to build the wall in the front that we're going to finish off around the house. But this house is requiring so much work that these are sea berries, that this year we decided to do it up a little different and grow things that's not going to require so much attention and so much preserving. So I think we'll start off here in the 6-pack, and we're actually growing artichokes, which is interesting. And I can see lettuce was starting to bolt. We got to pull those. We got celeriac behind it, and right down here are wasabi arugula, which is delicious.
Yum.
This is our root vegetables. We've got beets, kohlrabi. What else do we have in here? Beets, kohlrabi, and turnips.
Turnips. Yep.
Yeah, so I still have to thin that out a little bit. It's still a little too thick. Over here we have some lettuces, beets, escarole, all our beans and peas. No, not our beans, but our peas. We got these new trellises. I love them because now I can reach in between and get to what I need to get at instead of struggling across 4 feet of bed. But this is coming along nicely, and we're just going to keep adding some radishes and quick growing veggies in the front here. And that's the same with this other bed. It's exactly the same, except maybe what's growing in it, like some daikon and
Check out those radishes in the middle.
oh, there's some nice radishes growing. I guess we're gonna have to. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I do believe we need to be pulling some of these. Well, can you see that? Yep. It's very hard for me to judge what I'm showing you through this tablet because the sun is right behind my eye. Let's see. What we had here are beans, and we made a mistake thinking we were putting in provider beans, and it turned out to be Vortex, which are a pole bean. So Fred pulled some out and moved them into the 12-pack, which we'll show you. And here we have eggplant. Those are our eggplant. We didn't do very many this year, just enough to make dip. And this bed is peppers and leek. And again, peppers. And I'm going to come around this way. They're growing very slow this year. It's a very strange season. Here's our carrot bed. They're coming along fine. We got 3 different kinds of carrots. And now we're going to enter our 12-pack. And I'm just going to come around this way so the sun doesn't glare. These are red mustard seeds. We had them down to the left, And we found a ton of them growing, and I said just move them to the end. So that's mustard. This is mustard. This is also mustard, because we figured we don't want to be preserving so much this year. So let it just go to seed. We could bag it up, take the seed over the winter, and make our prepared mustard when we have time. This bed is anise, another thing just to go to seed so we don't have to deal with it. See, he moved those beans
Pole
to
beans.
the back here because we had a little bit of space. Some borage.
Well, the trellis was already there, so.
Yeah. Well, lots of dill here. We've got pole beans coming up on this side. These are the green yard long. And this whole area is Boothby pickles. And one lone tomato down there, and some Thai basil, and more onions growing. So, back here we had also, we've got,
Is that leek?
I think it's leek and onion, and then some dill that came up from seeds, so we left them there, and we planted something back then, I can't think what.
Peas. Those old peas that never...
And it's quite hot today, so our, this is what? Kale?
Kale.
2 kale, 1 collard, 1 perpetual spinach. And here we have last year's onions going to seed. Some new ones, some old ones. We want to collect the seeds from them. And these are the red foot long beans that come up the trellis. We've got a timer set here for watering. And now we're going to come out of this garden.
Don't forget the garlic.
Oh, the garlic. Fred's garlic. Somewhere here.
Yeah, this is the garlic
Here. That's the garlic.
Yep, and the watermelon.
Oh yeah, there's watermelon back there, but they're not doing so hot. Okay. So now what I've got here is the herb garden, which I think I'm going to change my mind on this herb garden. It's just far too big for the amount of herbs I need. So I end up planting tomatoes in there and different things that I think I'm going to turn this into a bed of something else that's practical and make a smaller herb garden somewhere else. Not sure. So now we're going to take you down towards the tomatoes and the rest of the garden. So we're here at our tomatoes, and we've planted, I don't know, over 50 types, but we got some new ones this year that we're excited about. What kind do we have, Fred?
We have grape, yellow pear, black beauty, lemon boy, Japanese black, black vern, Rossellini, solar flare, Berkeley tie-dye, hillbilly, purple cherry, brown, carbon, and German pink.
A lot to be excited about to add to our seed storage. So we have quite a few new ones that we've never grown before. You know, we do have a terrible blight here in Maine because of the constant sea moisture. So we've taken some precautions, and we did a video on it, and we'll be sharing the information with you shortly as to what we did, and we'll check as the year goes by to see how successful we are. So far, so good. Knock on wood, Fred. Knock on wood. Okay, now we're going to head over to our, I think we'll go right here. This is our squash bed zucchini. And these are supposed to be Jew's mallow. I'm not sure if they are. They kind of look like tatsoi. I'll ask him from Abel Gardner. She was kind enough to send us the seeds. So the only fortunate thing is the flea beetles are eating the leaves terrible on all our plants. But they'll eventually stop being. We're hitting them with the diatomaceous earth and neem. As we said before, we wanted to do less preserving this year because we have so much work to do on this old farmhouse that the center are beans and peas for the seeds themselves. For what do we have? Black beans and cow peas and stuff like that.
Yep.
In the far back we have bitter melon.
To the right.
Yeah, far back right. They're doing quite well. Those are from Charlie. I love growing seeds from friends. It's a wonderful feeling. It's like having our friends in the garden with us, because when I look at the plant, I see their face. And on the side we have cucumbers on both sides. They're not doing well for some reason, but there's enough there, more than I could possibly eat. And the back is Vortex pole beans. And coming along this way, we have mammoth dill and just 3 plants, 3 or 4 of summer squash.
Basil.
What did I say?
Mammoth dill.
Mammoth dill. Basil. Oops, something's eating the leaves on those too, hon.
Oh yeah.
Ah, boogers. Okay, so on to the broccoli and the cabbage. The broccoli have headed and they need to be harvested today. Am I aiming at them? I can't see. Where are you? Hello. There's one, there's one. So it looks like we're having broccoli in the next couple of days. The cabbage are starting to form up. So happy about that. And I have Daikon hidden under here, but they're not getting enough sun. But it's okay. I like radish better anyway. I mean broccoli better. This is our Kakuzu or Kakuzu Squash. They're very long. We made an 8-foot tall trellis for them just to grow because they get 6 feet tall. I love them. One is doing terrific. The other 3 just starting to pick up. I didn't think they were going to make it, so Fred put a few more seeds in there. So we'll see how they do. And over here, our friend Bubba sent us some corn seeds. And we figured, well, we weren't going to grow anything there this year, so why not? And they're doing fine. Our grapes are doing wonderful. Hopefully we'll have some nice grapes to eat this year.
There are bunches starting.
Ah, Fred says there's bunches starting. And here we have our barrels of flowers, nasturtiums and marigolds and calendula or calendula. And unfortunately they are overtaking my jalapenos, which are very important to me, so we'll have to weigh this down. So that's okay, we'll take care of that. And the kiwi, the males are flowering this year, but the female aren't. Go figure. So we'll see what happens with that. This garden has gone insane. We have tons of plum. This tree has tripled in size along with everything else. The rhubarb needs to be harvested. The apricot trees, bushes rather, have tripled. The plums have tripled, and these were only planted last year. We have another honey crisp here to add to our orchard. And we have our blueberries here. And we have blueberries there, which are coming along real nicely. Added some currants. And we got a plum tree from Bubba that we have to find a place for, and we're very appreciative of it. But everything's coming along. It's just been a bit of a struggle due to the weather. Hot, cold, rainy, no sun. Bugs, bugs, and more bugs. Like right now I'm getting eaten alive by black flies. I can't stand them. So this is our tour, the beginning of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. And as we go along, I'll show you what we're harvesting, what's happening, what's not happening, what's good, what's bad. And out of all this, there'll be plenty of good no matter what happens. We'll be eating. So God bless everybody. I hope your garden's doing well. I know some of you are having trouble with terrible weather down south and out west, and I pray everything goes well for you and your garden and your home. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us at Montgomery's Garden. And until next time, ta-ta, farewell, God bless.
Thanks for joining us, friends. Hopefully next month we'll have a better tour for you here at Montgomery's Gardens. Maybe we'll show you the apple trees and some other stuff that we have. Until next time, bye.
Bye.